So yeah, nobody knew the speed, or that it was even how to do it, that the way to solve problems, the way to start to replicate intelligence was not to program out all of these handcrafted algorithms, but to essentially throw loads of data and loads of computing power and mix it all up, give it enough time and power, and it will start to have these emergent intelligences. So what started off as what comes next after ABC, which is essentially how large language models work in a kind of prime sense, what started off as what comes next after ABC was emergent phenomena, and they noticed this early on. It was learning new languages, and its capabilities now. People don't know. Even the cleverest people on the planet who are working on AI don't really know how it's doing now. Probably most of the things it's doing. That is wonderful. Without doubt, it's scary. It's scary because it's unpredictable, because we just cannot predict. If you'd have said to myself or anyone with any interest in this, if you'd have said 20 years ago, in 20 years we'll be approaching general artificial intelligence and super artificial intelligence, everyone would have thought, I think, no, we're Jace hates this plant. I've literally done videos on this plant and why he hates it so much. I digress. Nobody would have believed that you would be able to have in my pocket a 4 GB large language model that can, in most cases, pass the Turing test. It's just like, no, that's not possible yet. Here we are. And even 5 years ago, I think most people, including myself, had no idea that this was on the cards. That this, I was aware of general purpose transformers, the kind of the GPT part. I was aware of what they were, and I was fascinated by DeepMind and all of this, but nobody knew it was going to be like this. And that's in what, 3 years, is it? And so now we have to ask, what's it going to be like in 30 years? There's the world. This is bigger than anything, isn't it? Isn't this bigger than electricity and nuclear power and iron and steel? We saw the remnants of iron trudging away at the bottom there. It's bigger than all of that. And there are so many bad things you can think about it. There are so many scenarios you can come up with of AI being very, very naughty. From paper clips to autonomous weapons in the hands of criminals and psychopaths. That is all there. But you can do that with fire too, and cars. And I guess, hopefully, we will be able to collectively manage the bad stuff and benefit from the good stuff. The good stuff could be ginormous. The stuff in science, the stuff in medicine, the good stuff of AI should be and could be wonderful. It could if you said to the world's most powerful AI, make a world where you maximize human happiness and you maximize human health and you minimize war and you minimize crime, and you just said, press the enter key, and it starts to happen. That's the great optimum extreme possibility. I don't think that will happen, but it really could be like having a benevolent God-like system making sure. I mean, with that, that's I don't know. And let's just assume that's the best option. It might actually end up being horrible for humanity, being under such a nanny. But let's assume it actually works out really well. And then on the other extreme is the kind of Terminator 2, Matrix, all that kind of stuff. That's I think that's less desirable as a general principle, to be put in cocoons, fed, red pill, blue pill. That is a very ancient question. I do think that one absolute definite bad thing about AI that AI is going to be used for is businesses are going to use it to profit from this. And I wrote a blog about this in 2006, a blog post called, I think, How My Husband Discovered My Affair, and it's this fictionalized future blog about someone who AI, and he cancelled his insurance because it saw him smoking on holiday when he said he didn't smoke. And this idea is there now, where businesses it was there then in my head anyway, and I'm sure it's there now, where business is going to say, let's start profiting more from our customer base, and governments are going to be able to say, let's start profiting more. And yeah, that's the idea of using AI for profit. Forget the taking over the world and the making bad bioweapons. Probably all bioweapons are bad. That idea is inevitable, and that's something we as individuals should watch out for, because I don't think it's going to be anyone sitting in a dark room going, right, let's use AI to profit from people. The system is going to emerge out of the corporate system and out of the rapid emergence, uncontrollable emergence of AI itself, and big data and robotics and surveillance. So we are going to be little profit targets for vast numbers of AI in the future, and that's probably the good side. And on that note, I'm going to stand and carry on my walk, fairly far from AI, although I imagine it's probably right happening in my GoPro right now. There we go, Pro. And on that, goodbye.